Now we will discuss about the converse of midpoint theorem. What is the converse of midpoint theorem? Okay. So in the converse of midpoint theorem, we say that suppose ABC is a triangle. ABC is a triangle and E is the midpoint of one side of the triangle, that is AB. E is the midpoint of AB. If E is midpoint of AB and EF is parallel to BC. We are given that E is the midpoint of AB and EF is parallel to BC. Means a line segment which is drawn from the midpoint of one side of triangle parallel to the second side of the triangle. Line segment drawn from the midpoint of AB parallel to the second side, that is BC, will bisect the third side. Then F will be midpoint of AC. This is known as the converse of midpoint theorem. Means E is the midpoint of AB and a line is drawn from the midpoint of AB parallel to the second side of the triangle will bisect the third side. That is, the point at which this line DE will be intersecting the third side will be the midpoint of the third side. So now let me write the statement. Okay, so the statement of converse of midpoint theorem is line drawn through the midpoint of one side of the triangle parallel to the second side of the triangle will bisect the third side. Now question based on this will come like this. Show that the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of triangle parallel to another side will bisect the third side. So here also the figure is not given to you. You have to draw the figure. So first we will draw the figure. I have drawn a triangle ABC and I have to name it accordingly by myself, and E is the midpoint and this is, let's say, point F, and EF is parallel to BC. So given E is the midpoint of AB and EF is parallel to BC. We need to prove, what we have to prove? That if we need to prove that EF is the bisector of AC, line bisector of AC, that is F is midpoint of AC. This we have to prove. So for this, what we have to do, we will first do the construction as we have done in the previous question. Similarly, draw a line parallel to AB from C intersecting EF produced at D. EF produced at D. So similar way as we have done in the last question, we will draw a line which is parallel to AB and which will intersect EF produced at D. Okay, line parallel to AB which is intersecting EF produced at D. Now we know that we'll start up with the proof. We know that by construction ED, since EF is parallel to BC, so ED will be parallel to BC, because ED is the EF extended till D. Given in the question that EF is parallel to BC and AB is parallel to CD by construction, so we can say in the quadrilateral, or instead of AB we can write EB. EB is parallel to CD and ED is parallel to BC. So in a quadrilateral, if both the pair of opposite sides are parallel, then the given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Therefore we can say that BCDE is a parallelogram. Okay, BCD is a parallelogram, and if BCD is a parallelogram, we can say that BE is equal to CD, because the opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Okay, B is equal to CD and BE is also equal to AE. Why? It is given that E is midpoint of AB. So again, from equation number 1 and 2, if LHS is equal, then RHS will also be equal. D is equal to CD, B is equal to AE. The left hand side in both the situation is BE only, so the right hand side will be equal, that is CD is equal to AE. Okay, now if we take the triangles, that is in triangle, again AFE and triangle CFD, same triangles which we have taken in the last question, AFE and CFD. So in these two triangles, angle AEF, okay, AEF, and this will be equal, AEF will be equal to angle CDF. AEF will be equal to CDF. This angle and this angle will be equal, because these are parallel lines, so these will be alternate interior angles. Okay, so these will be equal because they are alternate interior angles, and AE and CD will be equal, because we have already proved above. Here we have proved that A is equal to CD, so we can say AE is equal to CD, proved above, and again these two angles, that is angle EAF and angle this DCF, angle EAF will be equal to angle DCF, again by alternate interior angles. This time we will take the transversal AC. Okay, like this, transversal AC. So this angle and this angle, alternate interior angles, will be equal. So now we have got the congruency, that is by angle side angle congruence. We have got that triangle AFE will be congruent with triangle CFD by angle side angle congruence. Okay, and if this is so, then AF will be equal to CF by CPCT. So hence it is proved that, therefore we can say, if AF is equal to CF, therefore F is the midpoint of AC and EF is bisector of AC. Okay, hope you have understood the converse of midpoint theorem.